Hey, Tiny T Prepper here, and I wanted to show you an LED light bulb. And I've not used these before because they're a little bit more expensive than the regular light bulbs, but I wanted to try one out just to see, because I know they're more energy efficient as far as how much power they draw in watts and stuff like that, and the brightness they give out. So I'm going to kind of compare here. I have one light bulb that it's not out, so to speak, but it's one of these that have different settings. If I click on the first setting, you see how it kind of shimmers, goes on and off, and there's something, I don't know, in the bulb that's loose, because it's not the fixture itself, because if I turn it up, it's one of these that have multiple power settings. If I turn it up, it's fine on the higher settings, but most of the time I don't need it that bright, and it's a little obnoxious when it's that bright unless you really need it to read something that's kind of small or something like that. But most of the time I use the other setting, the lower one. Now I have one in this other light, and it seems to work fine here with this same kind of bulb. If I turn it, it's fine on the low setting, and turn it up, and then a little bit brighter, and third setting. So it has three settings on them actually. And this one on the 2, it's fine, but on that first one, it's not so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that out with the LED here that I get picked up at, I believe it's Lowe's I got this at. And it's a 60 watt, so I'm not sure what the watts were. My wife put those other ones in, but I'll kind of compare that. But I'm just kind of curious how it compares with brightness to the others. And if you look here, it only uses 11 watts. So that's pretty low power use. So let me get this changed out, and we'll see what difference it makes. Okay, this is wattages on this one. It uses 50 watts, 200 watts, or 250 watts. And the lumens on that's 580, 3300, or I think that's 3800, I think, on the last one. So it does have three settings on there from 580 on up. The lowest wattage is 50 watts that it uses, so or the 50 watt bulb. So as far as power, but that's a lot of lumens on this, so it does. That's why it's so bright when you get on those other settings. So that's quite a bit. Let me compare that with the other one, if it has what markings it has on it. But this is the old one that I'm taking out, and that's what it has set on it. So I won't throw this away, because just on that lower one that we're having trouble and issues with it, I might try it in a different lamp just to see if it maybe is the lamp. Okay, looking on this package, we can see here that the lumens, that's how bright it is 815 on this LED light. So I'll put this in, we'll see how it compares in with the other bulb on brightness. Okay, that was kind of interesting here. Let me get over something a little bit darker, so it's a little bit of contrast. Has some holes in there. It's a little bit different, and I'm glad I looked in the box, because there's no markings on here to tell the lumens or the watts that it uses or anything like this. It's supposed to be as bright as a 60 watt light bulb with the LEDs. Let me put it in here. So this should be a little bit brighter than the setting on low, but not anywhere close to the brightness on the other settings that it had on that. Now it does here, it says bulb or 42 watt type, so maybe that's a little bit high, that other bulb that was in there. I'm going to put this on so we get the same diffusion of the light, so that doesn't make it seem brighter. And I'll put the top knob on here to secure that so I don't lose or forget that. And we'll test this out now and see how bright it is. Okay, not nearly as bright as a bright setting, but it seems alright as far as compared to the other low settings. So let me check with this one. This is a white shade on here, so it may look a little brighter. About the same. Well, it's different color light. If you look at that, it is a little bit less bright than what this one is here. So, but I'm only using 11 watts of power on that one. So let me turn this one up so we can compare it with the 3000. This is the same type, so much more bright, gives off a lot more. But this one's got a different type of color to it, which I kind of like, that LED, kind of a bluish white light, so kind of neat. But anyway, that's a LED light bulb. Now the biggest disadvantage is the price of these. So they do use less power, but the cost on these compared to a regular incandescent light bulb is quite a bit more. So I think I paid anywhere from $5 or $6 for a bulbs, so I didn't go out and replace all mine in my house, but they're supposed to last a lot longer, so hopefully that makes up for the difference. So anyway, that's a little bit of what I'm doing here with LED lights. I was going to take that up to Tiny T, but since I had this one kind of malfunctioning, I thought, well, I'll put it in here and see how it looks. And eventually that will go up there because it's supposed to last several years before it burns out. So anyway, Tiny T Prepper signing out. Y'all have a good day.